Because he treated me well, at first it was hard to imagine. I didn't feel that physical attraction, but he genuinely loved me, so I fell in love. When you're in love, you start to appreciate every little thing, and you even find other qualities to compensate. Initially, it was difficult when he sent me pictures of his face, but when you are truly in love, those things become insignificant. You appreciate many other aspects of the person. People are so much more than their physique anyway. Story 30. Honestly, sometimes I think I am broken. I have only been genuinely attracted to people a few times in my life, so I am usually single. When you are aware that it takes something really specific to get you excited, you also have to realize that the people who will make you feel that way may come around only a handful of times in one lifetime. I believe my standards are unrealistic, and I should not be turning people away just because I do not instantly feel a strong attraction. However, it does not feel good to constantly want more despite the other person's best efforts, so I have been celibate for years now. It is what it is. Story 31. I have only been in 2 relationships, and I was not attracted to either of them. In the first one, my glasses were broken, so he appeared blurry. A couple of weeks later, I could see clearly and realized I did not fancy him at all. It's complicated. In the second relationship, we were just friends, but he pushed for more. I was very vulnerable at the time and gave in. Obviously, it did not work out. I have been single for 20 years now. However, it means I have never had physical contact with someone I am attracted to, which is probably a bit sad. Story 32. Of course, my situation is a little different. I do not experience physical attraction. This has made me flexible regarding what husband material means to me, as I have been open to people who are not necessarily conventionally attractive, but with whom I have chemistry. I always operated on a friends first approach. Story 33. My ex-girlfriend. We had known each other for a long time and had been there for each other through tough times. It didn't end up working out. Story 34. He had been following me around and asked me to be his girlfriend, not just a date, and I said yes only because I was actively having a mental breakdown. He was bad at everything, but especially at respecting boundaries and understanding the word no. I was a teenager who had never been in a relationship, so it took me 4.5 months to get rid of him, which was coincidentally the length of our entire relationship. I was a quirky individual, so while just telling him to leave and hurting his feelings in the moment was never considered, I created a situation unbeknownst to him in which he independently decided that I was seriously hurting his chances with his longtime crush. The facts that she was gay and had absolutely no romantic interest in him were inconsequential. She was my way out. He didn't know she was gay or that she wasn't interested at all. I never met her, but I knew from his descriptions of how she interacted with him. So when he messaged me a couple of months later and said, "She's been secretly dating a girl for 6 months. Want to try again?" I was like, oh no, how unfortunate. Absolutely not. Anyways, I learned not to date people I wasn't attracted to, even if I was out of my mind. Story 35. Yes, because I thought I was supposed to find him attractive. He was my first serious partner. It didn't work out for a variety of reasons, and that was just one of them. Story 36. The physical attraction to my partner took a moment for sure. It's not always about looks. He genuinely wants to spend time with me and loves being outside. Our intimate life is amazing. He is kind, patient, emotionally mature, makes me laugh, and is an all-around good person. I think he's the most attractive guy out there. Story 37. My ex, who worked in information technology, initially elicited sympathy from me because he was sweet and seemed really nice. I was only interested because we shared a few common interests. I was mistaken. He turned out to be a full-blown narcissist with borderline personality disorder, as ugly on the inside as he is on the outside. Story 38. Yes, I was young and he was nice for 3 years. Looking back now, I have no idea what I was thinking. My husband is physically my type, and it's so much better. I often catch myself checking him out and always want to be close to him. Story 39. My last ex was when I was a senior in high school. He was a few months younger than me, but was already balding. He also never took care of himself. I thought he was sweet, though. He gave me attention I didn't know I wanted. He also cheated, so there's that. Story 40. I met a girl at the mall. She pursued me, and I told her I wasn't interested but was willing to hang out. She made all the moves, and I agreed to fool around but told her no penetration as I was waiting until marriage. She agreed, but after a few times during dry humping, she raped me. I stopped immediately and asked her why. She said she just lost control. At the time, I did not know it was rape because society often portrays men as rapists and women as victims who do not rape. I figured my plan of waiting until marriage was over, so we had sexual relations about 200 times. I never ejaculated and was able to go for over an hour with her as I didn't really find her attractive. I did tell her that I thought I loved her while we were intimate, but I still didn't want to date her. I just cared about her. Eventually, she got tired of waiting and got a boyfriend, but we still hung out together. About a year later, I wanted to be with her, but she wasn't interested then. I still wasn't attracted to her and never ejaculated with her, but I consider myself unique in that I don't prioritize those things. I did connect with some other girls after that. With the Hispanic girls, I would finish in 5 minutes. This all happened when I decided to become a player. I later